All right, check it out, my friends. Affordable Art Fair, Hudson River Art Collective. This is always a fun one for me because there's a whole bunch of cool artists here. And yeah, and there's a lot of people to talk to. So we're excited. And we're also excited to see our friend Melissa Shanker. What's up, Melissa? How are you?
How's it going?
Good to see you again. Happy Affordable Art Fair Day.
Thank you very much.
Public Day 1.
Public Day 1. We did VIP last night with like 3,300 close friends.
Sweet. All here for the free wine. Hopefully they bought stuff.
Definitely bought wine and stuff.
Excellent.
Yes.
Let's talk about your work and then we'll start poking around the booth because you got a lot of cool colleagues in art.
So this time I decided to embrace my music and my art, and I took a 5-string Ibanez guitar that I had at home, bass guitar actually, and I did something looser and a little more funky than usual. Usually I'm a pretty meticulous oil painter. This time I did spray paint, acrylic, and actually what other aerosol. Well, aerosol is spray paint. My brain is clearly functional after 3,300 people last night. It's a mixed media piece. So I was kind of just playing with some of the loose concepts that are in my art generally, and on stage, something like this, you know, would really shine.
And you play bass?
I play bass, I play guitar, I play trumpet, and I sing.
Wow.
Because clearly, you know, one activity is not enough. But I front a band, and you know, I play bass on a couple of the songs that we've recorded. So
sweet, sweet. How do you like being back at Affordable Art Fair?
This fair is actually one of my favorite fairs. It does seem to bring in an audience of people that are like really excited about art, but also ready to buy. I think it's at a price point that's just not as intimidating. Sometimes people feel like art can be a little elitist. I think this is a little more democratizing here, which is nice. We get to see a lot of different people come through.
Very cool, very cool. All right, I'm going to start poking around with everybody that's here, right? So.
All right, good to see you as always.
Thanks. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Melissa. I'm tired.
It's okay. You're with me. It's this time of day. It's tea time. We need a good old cup of tea.
No, but the air in here is killing me today for some reason.
I believe it.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thanks, Melissa. Bye.
Bye.
Continuing along with that there Hudson River Art Collective, it's Jessica Ziegler. We met her last time. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Good to see you again.
Good.
What you got new and exciting here at the booth?
This is a brand new series I did looking at all of the ironwork and transit craftsmanship railings in New York City. Everyone has kind of a different feeling to it, a different emotion behind it, but a lot of them are about sunlight and reflections off of metal. And it turned into a 25-piece series. I got so excited about it.
Very, very nice.
And this one was featured in Cover magazine, which I was really proud of. This one, and I had a 3-page spread on how I went about finding all the images. Walking around Manhattan endlessly, taking hundreds of pictures to come up with the ones that look great.
Very cool. How long does each piece take you to do?
Pretty long. They're very detailed. About 20 plus hours, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Work of love.
Very good, very good. You happy to be back at this art fair?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Awesome. All right, I'm going to let you get back to the business of selling all of this stuff, and I'm going to find your next compatriot in art.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Getting back to business here at the Hudson River Art Collective. That's a lot of saying words there. Look at this. This is Yoon art. Well, let's talk about that art with G herself. Hi, G.
Hello.
G didn't want to talk, but I got her to talk. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your work.
So, I'm originally from South Korea, and I moved to San Francisco when I was 16. I spent my high school year, like the last 2 years of high school, and I went to Santa Barbara for college, and I did chemistry. And I worked as an undergrad research assistant, and then I went to San Francisco for art.
So, but I like that all of your art seems to be about traveling.
So I started
You sit at the window seat a lot.
Sorry.
You sit at the window seat a lot.
No, actually not. I usually go for aisle, but last year somehow I got the window seat, and I was looking out and I could see the wing right out through the window, and then I could see the view, and then I was thinking like, wait a minute, this is great like scene to capture as you travel. Like you got so excited for taking off, and then like you see as you are in the air like where you were and then where you're heading to. You see the ocean and nature, and then you see the wing, which is like kind of contrast of nature, and I wanted to capture them, bring them together. And then as you land, like you're at a new destination, like, oh, what's coming, all the excitement, like making new memories. So this is my new series after my cityscapes. So I've been doing cityscapes for 3 years.
I like this.
Yeah, and then I thought of from the traveling, combining the nature and man-made world.
Look at that, and hello, New York City.
Yep.
Is this your first time with the Affordable Art Fair?
It's my third time. I was
Third
with
time.
the Street Gallery last 2 times.
Oh, okay.
And this is my first time touring with the Hudson River Art Collective.
Very good, very good. You like it?
I love it, like working with new artists, and it's like we share the story, and then we like support each other, and then somehow our work brings like a whole different kind of art like together. So
Very cool, very cool. Gee, I'm going to let you get going because I know you want to talk about your art with people that have bring in that hard-earned cash and ready to give it to you. But isn't it beautiful stuff, my friends? I think you agree with me. You're nodding as I tell you that. All right, thank you to G, and we'll see you later. Bye. Hudson River Art Collective does not end with people. This is Nurmine. Hi, Nurmine.
Hi.
How are you? I like your work. You have the whole wall. Tell me about this stuff.
So this stuff is obviously it's a sculpture on canvas. It's all about picture. It's about colors, shifting colors. We call it morphokinetic art, morphokinetic pieces. They all shifted colors depend on the angle that you are looking at. For example, this one, you're gonna see more orange on that way, but more green on that way. All the pieces, they have same technique with a different shades and shades. For this one, it's totally different material, and it's also shifting colors.
Wow, look at that.
so that's actually
Interactive art that
Yeah.
you can hang up.
Yeah. So it's kind of, we have 2 pieces in one piece.
How did you decide to come up with like sculpture as a medium?
So I have been working on sculpture for over 10 years, but to do that shifting colors, I have been working on this for a year and a half now. It was amazing that I discovered that my picture has like that I can do 2 colors in the same time. So in that way you can discover, so the piece itself, you can look at the piece, facing the piece and look at this. It looks beautiful, but also you can see a movement while you move. This is a totally different.
Very good, very nice. How do you like the Affordable Art Fair so far?
I love it. This is my 3rd time that I made it. Last year in New York, and they sold out the whole wall. They paused and they sold out the whole wall. So
That's always
this is my
good.
3rd time, yeah.
Very cool. All right, Nurmine, I'm going to let you get back to things. Thank you so much for talking to me. All right, more from the Hudson River Art Collective soon. All right, keeping up with the fun here at the Hudson River Art Collective. This is the work of R.J. Wafer. You might remember these works. We met him last time at a different show, but here he is. Hi, R.J. Good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you too.
What do you got going on?
So these are, I'm still working on 360 photographs, and I print them out on the metal. I really like shooting in the neon, but this is a fun new one that I did during the No Kings March last June. Right out in front of the library, so you got all the signage, and you got patients looking all regal there.
Very cool. I like this one.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the day of the wildfire smoke. Oh. So that's all the orange sepia. So that was all across the entire thing. I followed the smoke across the bridge as it blew out of Brooklyn, and then the sun was coming down, made it all weird.
That was a weird day.
It was a very weird day.
And then these are yours too?
Yes. A little brighter stuff over here. So we got the Coney Island, which is a staple for me. Newer one is the Lady Liberty up there.
That's great.
I got real lucky with the cloud placement on that, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge, and that was his 55th and 22. And then we've got Key West, the southernmost point. Some cherry blossoms in Prospect Park. I'm sorry, in the Brooklyn Botanic, and then magnolia and oak trees in Prospect Park. And Grand Central Terminal. That's a new one just from October.
Awesome, awesome. How's the fair been for you so far? I don't remember you doing this one.
This is my first time here.
Excellent, excellent.
So excited to be at the Affordable Art Fair for the first time. It's actually my first event with Hudson River as well. So.
It's a good group.
It is.
And that's why I try to talk to everybody that's part of it.
Yeah.
So, especially if they are here at the show. So, all right, RJ, I'm going to let you get back to the hustle because it's that's what it is.
Thanks for coming by.
Same. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you
all
too.
right.
Thank you.
My friends.
Feel better.
More later. Keeping up the fun from Hudson River Art Collective. This is Aprajita. Hi, Aprajita. Tell me about your work.
Well, this whole collection is called Lumine Motive. Lumine is for the light and motive is for the motion and intuition that the collection has. I've always been drawn towards nature and light, and that is something that I put up in each of these paintings and brought this special collection to Affordable Art. These are all watercolor paintings. It's been a medium that has been very, very close to me, but I've been keeping it confined in my studio and to my collectors. But this time I decided to put up on the walls of Affordable Art Fair. And I'm glad that a lot of people are loving these, and few of them have already found their permanent homes.
Very good. Very good. That's good. I like that.
It's called A Pause in the Woods. Do you feel that it's that stillness of that time that I've just captured, and in my terms eternalized it, because every time I'm going to see that, I'm just going to go back into the same moment.
Right, right. And this one's very nice too. They're all nice, but I'm like, these are the ones that are catching me.
This is my largest watercolors by the day. So it's 31 inches by 48 inches. And people who know watercolors as a medium, doing watercolors large scale is even more tedious and needs way more precision and calculation in terms of how you play around with your colors and shades. And as I said, it's the light that is guiding each of these paintings, and that's the showstopper for the show.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. You're liking the show though?
Absolutely. This is one of my favorite art fairs, and this is my 4th time in Affordable Art Fair.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Project, I'm going to let you get back to talking to people as they come by saying, what can I buy?
Of course.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, more from the Hudson River Art Collective soon. The Hudson River Art Collective videos do not end, and this is Natasha Marano. Hi, Natasha. How are you? She was teasing me, so she's laughing at me now. Hi, Marcano. Tell me about your work.
So I do work that showcases Black women, Black and brown women, that gives an emphasis on their strength, their resilience, I should say. And it has developed and grown into more of work that shows an affirmation as a reminder of who they are. And I do a lot of embellishments with hair to give an emphasis on the natural.
That's
hair.
amazing.
Thank you. So it's showing the emphasis on natural hair. You know, it's an important part of Black woman. And the colors I use, I don't want to use specifically brown tones because there's so many of them. So I decided to go in this direction where I can use blues and reds and oranges of them. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, so we have a kind of a culture, and I grew up in that. So I think that's where some of this came from as well.
Very nice, very nice. So what is the material?
So it's synthetic hair.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
so it's full locks. And then we have acrylic paint acrylic paint over it. This one is pastels. I started in pastels.
Wow. It's great stuff. How do you like this art fair?
I do like it, you know, people who come here, they come for art. So they love to discover and they love to buy. So it's a great experience to meet new people who is going to enjoy the art.
Awesome. All right, Natasha, I just wanted to talk to you for a couple of minutes, and I'm glad you got the time to do it.
I'm glad we got to speak to you.
I interrupted her snack time. All right, my friends, more to come. I have a couple more people here. I'm getting everybody here at the booth because everybody's here. So here, once again, is Dayana Bessanova. Hi, Dayana. How are you? Welcome back to the art fair. What'd you bring? What's it called?
It's called Census.
Oh, nice. That's really beautiful.
It was inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe.
Okay.
And it was done during art residency in San Clemente, California. So the whole idea of serenity, like a clear mind where everything feels aligned, that's what feeling I was trying to transfer to the viewer.
Very cool. And these are nice too. Tell me, what can you say about these ones?
So this painting is called Gratitude. So it's very hard to picture, to imagine gratitude. So I was trying to do that in this painting. This is the most highest vibrational feeling, the feeling of being grateful. So I was imagining how it would be as a landscape.
That's very awesome. Very cool. How do you like being back at this fair?
Such a great vibe, the energy,
Awesome. Very cool. All right, I promised Dayana she could in and out real quick, and then we got one more person, I think, so stay tuned. All right, my friends, we are finishing off the Hudson River Art Collective. We got everybody that was here today, which is really cool. And the one and only Nate Cox is here, tired because he's been working hard on the computer and doing everything. How are you, Nate? Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Life has been very fun as of late.
Good. And you brought a couple of works, or?
Yeah, I have 2 pieces here today.
Nice.
I was supposed to have 3, but we're trying to tighten things up a little bit, so we'll have 12 off now. Something sells, so I'll get something different. 2 pieces today, the duality of life. I actually sold a couple of these pieces at the Affordable Art Fair one last fall, and in a New York show, and another Boston show, which is pretty cool. So I'm hoping that someone picks it up again this year, and I can hopefully sell something else. The one up top is called Reprieve. I shot that last April when I visited Ohio. We shot in Cuyahoga Falls National Park. The idea behind Reprieve is that when life is chaotic and super crazy, you kind of have your own little spot to kind of get away from the road. So you kind of see that there's one nice little space in the middle of the shot that is much more calm than the raging waters that are around it. I was at the waterfalls last year. I knew that it was the kind of shot that I wanted because that's kind of reflected where I was at in life last year. So,
cool. Very cool. And I like this one.
That one for some reason is super popular. The idea behind the duality of life is that even though everything looks great on the surface, what's on the surface doesn't necessarily represent what's actually going on. So you can kind of see that the flower up top, lotus, is lit up, being lit up by the sun, reflecting the sun a little bit, but as you can see the reflection, a little bit darker, which is kind of how life is.
Very cool, yeah. Awesome. How's the art fair for you so far? I mean, it is only the first of the public days, but this is the 2nd year at this space.
Honestly, this space has exceeded expectations last year and this year. So I think they started showing at this venue last fall. We had 16,000 people in fall, which was insanity. And even last night, every night, 3,300 people.
I think you were afforded, pun, a bigger art space because you brought a lot of artists with you, Hudson.
Yeah, so typically speaking, the booth that we usually get tends to be a little bit more of a traditional U-shape. This is more of two U-shapes facing each other, which is kind of nice. One of the benefits too is most artists, we get kind of little spaces, usually got about 4 feet of width. I think the smallest now is about 4.5, almost 5 feet of space. So one of the nice things about that is it allows us to be, I don't want to say liberal in our creation, but it allows artists to explore a little bit more. There's more space between the work, it breathes. We've really been focusing on tightening up creation to make sure that we have a booth that rivals or hopefully succeeds some of the people competing against at this fair, which is awesome. And I think that we have accomplished that goal because we've had a lot of really nice compliments, a lot of other galleries have been stopping in, looking around, and I think it's very humbling when you see your peers come in and do a little nod, which means you know that, okay, we're on the right path, we're doing the right thing. So I'm super proud to have this booth. We have this on both sides of the walls, another wall on the other side of the space, but on the interior of the wall you can see that the creation feels like every artist has their own section. Things aren't cramped, they're not crowded, it's very spaced, it looks great. All the artists really put in a lot of hard work into making the work and choosing the work for this show, so I'm hoping that the results will speak for themselves, and technically I think on sales we're already ahead of what we were last year on this side, so I'm very happy.
Very cool, very cool. Nate, I'm going to let you get back to work because he has been riding that there keyboard, my friends, with all the work that gets to be done. But hey, that's what the world is all about. Nate, thanks so much, and thank you for everybody at the Hudson River Art Collective for talking to me. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, man.